Today we are doing 310 multi-step equations. And I have our first example here, and we have decimals, and I've said before that I like to try to get rid of those when possible. So I need to move this over twice in order to make it just 6. And I know we only need to move this over once, but since we need to be consistent, I'm going to have to add a 0 here because I have to move it over twice for all of them. So if one of them needs to be moved over twice, all of them need to be moved over twice in order for my shortcut to work here. So that would make it 6n minus 30 equals 21. And so now we don't have to worry about decimals. So I can add 30. I have 6n equals 21 plus 30. And this is a negative, so negative 21 plus 30 is going to be 9 divided by 6. I get n equals 9 over 6, which we can go ahead and reduce. 3 goes into both of those. So 3 goes into 9 3 times and into 6 twice. Example number 2. Let's go ahead and add 4 to both sides, get rid of that number. And I have negative x over 3 equals negative 6. So now I'm going to take the inverse property and multiply by 3 to both sides. I have negative x equals 6 times 3 is 18, and it is a negative. And I'm going to multiply by negative 1 to both sides so that this is x equaling 18. Negative times a negative is a positive. Example number 3, we have m over 8 minus 2.5 minus 4. So with this one, I want to go ahead and get rid of that 2.5 and make it an improper fraction. So I'm still going to have m over 8 minus 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 over my denominator of 2 equaling 4. So I'm going to show you another shortcut. Whenever you have variables or numbers on the bottom, and you want to get rid of those denominators, you can multiply by something that all 3 of them can go into. So you're looking at the 8, the 2, and I'll put a 1 under here. This is just a 1. So here we have an 8, a 2, and a 1. And you want to ask yourself, what's the smallest number that 8, 2, and 1 go into? And the answer is 8. So now what you can do is you can distribute 8 to everything, and you must distribute it to all of it. So what happens is it will cross out. So 8 divided by 8 goes away, it's just m, minus, then you look here, you have 8 and 2. Well, 2 goes into 8 4 times. So now I'm going to take that and do 4 times 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then we have 8 times 4 is 32. And that is a negative. Make sure you carry your signs down. So one more time, because I know that can get confusing. You look at 8, 2, and 1. What's the smallest number all 3 of those can go into? It's 8. So the 8's here will cancel when you multiply. Here, when you multiply it by negative 5, you look at your denominator, and you know that 2 goes into the 8 4 times. So then you do 4 times 5 is 20. And here you know that 1 goes into 8 times. So you do 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. So now you've gotten rid of all your fractions. So now you can just go ahead and solve this. And these will go away. And then you'll have m equals negative 12. Let's look at example number 4. I'm going to go ahead and also turn in my 5.5 into an improper fraction. So I'm going to have 5y minus 1/2 minus 8y equals 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11 over 2. Again, you can use my rule and get rid of your 2's here on the bottom for your denominators. But before I do that, let's go ahead and combine like terms, as we can make it a little easier for ourselves. So we're going to have 5y minus 8 is going to be negative 3y minus 1/2 equaling 11 over 2. So now I can go ahead and do my shortcut, where I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to get rid of that denominator. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 6y. Here my 2's will cross out, so I'm just going to have negative 1. And then also my 2's will cross out here, and I'll have just 11. So now I can go ahead and add 1 to both sides. I get negative 6y equals 12. Divide by negative 6. I get y equaling negative 2. Our last example, example number 5, again, I'm going to use my shortcut where I'm going to move my decimals over consistently. And here, this is a 1, so I also need to move it over here and make 10 because it's 1n. It's an imaginary 1, so I have to include a 0 there. So I have 12x divided by 6 equals 36 over 10. And we can go ahead and cross multiply here. But actually, we have a little shortcut. We can look here, and 12 divided by 6 is going to be 2. So we don't even have to cross multiply. Unless you want to use that method, you can. So here we have, we can divide by 2. I have x equals 36 over 10 divided by 2, which means we have to take the reciprocal and multiply. So I have x equals 36 times 1 is 36. 10 times 2 is 20. And then we can go ahead and reduce and ask ourselves what goes into both of those evenly. And 4 goes into both of them evenly. 4 goes into 36 9 times and into 20 5 times. So 9 over 5 is your answer.